Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Frank the Tank again, back at it again with another video, man. We're just gonna hop straight into it. Man, sometimes in your 20s, man, you feel like a NPC. If you don't know what an NPC is, it's a in the game, it's basically called a non-playable character, which is like if you're playing GTA, those characters in the back that just go on with their lives, daily lives, just driving or just players that you can't use in the game that are just in the background walking or something or some things like that. Excuse me for my stutter. But yeah, man, in your 20s, man, sometimes you're just going to work, coming back home, going to work sometimes, or maybe just go to the gym sometimes, and just it gets pretty repetitive. And I know that in your 20s, you're kind of building your life, you're building your savings, you're building uh, you know, whatever it is you want to do by the time you're already in your 30s or 40s, whatever you want to do for the rest of your life. And sometimes it gets too repetitive that you feel like you're in a hamster wheel, that you're just going by, getting by, and I feel like the problem that I have personally is that sometimes I get too bored of the schedule, of the routine. So sometimes, it slips up and I kind of spend money impulsively because I mean, sometimes I can save for weeks and weeks and weeks, and then on a random Tuesday at 6 p.m. when I'm off work, I feel like spending money at the store, going out to eat at a restaurant, having a couple drinks with the wife, just stuff, and I was having a conversation with my buddy the other day, and he told me the exact same thing that sometimes he feels like an NPC, and it just feels like you're doing the same shit every day, even if you're growing. In order to grow, it's slow growth, but steady when you're trying to do it the right way, with trying to be a good person, a good human being, to not be tempted to do anything illegal. But I can kind of see why sometimes people feel the need to break the law, right? Sometimes life just gets kind of boring and they want a thrill. They want to feel a thrill. It's not that their life sucks sometimes, and maybe that might be the case for a lot of people, but sometimes people just want to feel like a thrill, they want to feel a thrill, like a time, or they reminisce about a time where they had no responsibilities, they could go out to a concert, without worrying. They could go out with their buddies to bars and bar hop, and just have the time of their life, right? And with no responsibilities or bills. So I feel like a lot of people are still reminiscing about those times. So my advice that I always give to my little brother, I always tell him, live your life, before you want to move out and get a house or an apartment. Just live your life, have fun, buy whatever you want. If you can buy a car, buy it. I don't care what anybody says in this economy. If you got the money for it, why not, right? Um Also, I feel like sometimes, like I said, on the to get back to the topic, whenever you're driving home, you're just you're just numb sometimes. You're just doing the same shit every day. Um but I try to be grateful, and I'm not sure if you guys can relate to that, just feeling numb on the way to work or coming back from work, and it's just the same thing over and over again. Um so, I try to find ways to feel better. I try to hit the gym when I can. I try to do different things every day. I feel like the older I get, the more I want to try different things as well, just to kind of throw my schedule out of proportion to do different things. Um, but yeah, guys, this is it for this video. I just wanted to get some things off my chest. Uh, and yeah, guys, like I said, if you don't know me, I don't really edit my videos. I want you guys to get to know me and see what goes on in my head when I stutter and all the yap shit that just comes out of my head. Well, that's it for this video, guys. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.